Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays and take the biscuit. Host James, co-host Jade.
Hello.
Hello. We have just been to the cinema.
We have indeed.
And we have just been to an IMAX cinema.
We have. It's so nice going to an IMAX cinema.
I
think it's so good.
I like an IMAX cinema. You can feel the sound and you can, but taking the big screen.
Oh, it's something else. It really is.
This episode is brought to you by IMAX.
We are not sponsored in any way.
We're not sponsored in any way, but IMAX, if you're out there.
And you want to? Well.
Hey. This is a film that came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah,
maybe like a month ago. Since then, it's all I've been thinking about.
I know.
I felt the way I do about this as to you did about Barbie.
What do you mean?
The Barbie hype. Do you remember the Barbie hype?
I love the Barbie hype. That was so much fun.
And I'm not talking about just in across the world or anything. I'm talking literally in this household.
In this household, yeah. But you was also really excited for Barbie.
I was excited for Ken.
Yeah.
My boy Gosling. But
your boy Gosling, your boy Godzilla.
Yeah.
Everything begins with a G.
Godzilla -1, guys. is the film I was looking forward to, and we finally watched it. We finally got around. I think it's only just come out.
Did it come out on Friday?
I want to say Friday.
Yeah.
We've only just got around to it. We're recording this on a Sunday.
Ooh.
Happy day of rest. No rest for the wicked.
No rest for me. Not for you. You're not at work tomorrow. Jealous.
Yeah, going in, I was very excited. Is a word. Mm-hmm. I'm not in any way emotionally connected to Godzilla. I just think he's cool.
He is cool. I thought you was emotionally connected to him because you have already told me how much you love the 90s film.
Okay, no.
No. Yes.
No. I don't mind that film. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's
lies.
It's clearly not what people wanted in a Godzilla movie.
But you remember the hype surround the 90s one?
Oh God, yeah. Do you remember the trailer with the nothing could possibly be bigger than this thing, and then
here he is.
Yeah, and the Godzilla steps on it. That was fun.
It was so much. What a different time.
What a time to be alive. American studios have had Godzilla before, and with the 90 version, they've sort of messed it up.
Hugely messed it up.
Yeah, this is Toho that own the studio.
Yeah.
Well, they own Godzilla, the rights to Godzilla, but then we've had a few Godzilla movies where it's gone okay. We're back. We're getting there, but we're not quite.
Not quite there that we should be.
Yeah, I like the 2014 one.
So do I.
Yes, we agree on that.
I saw that in cinemas as well, and that was perfect. I thought it was great. It's not a perfect film, but I liked seeing Godzilla on the big screen. That's where he's meant to be seen.
That's where he's meant to be seen.
It was impressive, and I thought it was good for a disaster movie. I liked some of the characterisation in it. I liked it. It was an all-round action film that I could get behind. It was a good time.
It was done with love, I think, as well, that one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, they used some of the special effects at the end, with his heat ray breath.
Yeah.
They use that right at the end. They don't have him all the way through it.
Yeah. But those films have sort of dipped in quality as they've gone on.
Dipped in quality, James?
Plummeted in quality.
Plummeted in quality. I mean, if the latest trailer is anything to go by, it looks absolutely wank.
This is not an American film, this one.
This is not, no.
This is a Japanese release. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of gone back to its roots.
It has.
Obviously, we can't talk about Godzilla without talking about what Godzilla stands for and where he sort of comes from.
Yeah.
For me, this is a problem. For you, it's less of one.
Why is it more of a problem for you?
It's a problem because, we've spoken on the podcast before.
Oh, I know why.
About my reasons for not seeing Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Because I don't want to get into it, but
you find war more distressing to your disposition.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't have the stable anxiety levels
for that at the moment.
For that right now.
Yeah.
But this one, you can't have Godzilla without that.
Without radiation.
Without radiation, without nuclear weapons, any of that. I think it's very important. So what is Godzilla?
He's a sexy lizard.
Oh, isn't he just? Oh! He's like a metaphor for what happens in wartime.
Okay. I didn't know.
Oh,
that.
I genuinely thought you did. You've seen the Godzilla.
I have, but I've seen this. You always ask me about films that I've seen, and it's films I've seen years and years ago.
I just assume you remember stuff like that.
No, not really. I remember thinking it was a bit cheesy.
Okay.
It's all black and white. You can appreciate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
A bit like King Kong, but they are a bit cheese festy.
Well, King Kong's just a big monkey.
Just a big monkey.
Whereas this is a very significant... It's got weight to it.
Yeah.
Forgive the pun, because big lizard, they're heavy.
Big lizard.
But I think it is a very serious, okay, let's stop fucking about thing.
Mm-hmm,
I think it's very important that we address that. And this film, -1, does as well.
Mm-hmm.
This film as well has gone back in time. I want to say we'll talk about the setting a little bit because I think you know more about the ins and outs of it.
Not the aesthetic, but where it's set. We're set during in the aftermath of World War II.
Mm-hmm.
It starts a little bit beforehand, just before the bombs fall.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, because he's a failed fighter pilot, isn't he? On what he believes is a suicide mission.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So and then it continues on past the war, past how the people felt.
Yeah.
After it as well, which I think again is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the setting is perfect because it also explains some of the reasons why other countries aren't getting involved.
Yeah.
Which again is also important, and why certain weapons can't be included. I just think it's perfect and it knows exactly what it's doing. The problem is bringing Godzilla into the here and now. Everyone's going to be after him, aren't they? Everyone's going to band together. And
You'd say that, but the last few films have been, they've trotted all over the globe, but I think he's been very... Okay, I want to destroy America.
It's got all these really convoluted weapons they create out of nowhere.
Yeah.
To bring him down. Do you know what I mean? This one is so much different, and I like that.
It's back to basics, isn't it?
It is back to basics.
Yeah.
Which I prefer.
I prefer it. The reason it's called -1 is because after the war, Japan felt like they'd sort of lost everything. They were at point zero. Mm-hmm. And just when they thought things couldn't get any worse...
A big lizard attacks the city.
Big ass lizard. This is why it's called -1.
Yeah.
So, God knows what happens when they hit -10.
Oh, that sucks.
10 Godzillas?
10 Godzillas and a Mothra.
Oh yeah, cheeky Mothra. Chuck a Mothra in.
Throw a Mothra
Well, that's the thing.
in.
You get 10 Godzillas, you get a Mothra for free.
Oh, where do I sign up?
Wait, just the one Mothra though. Between 10 Godzillas, that might get messy.
Oh dear, yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is a perfect... I think they were really smart to go, okay, we're going to take it back to its roots. Mm-hmm. That was a genius move.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a film like this for a long time.
In what way?
Well, you were sat next to me. Spoiler alert. Mm-hmm. I was gobsmacked. Start to finish. By the way, this is the best film of the year.
Oh, well, that's something we actually agree on.
This is the best film of the year.
We'd agree this is the best film of the year.
And I'm shocked because for so long we've had... Well, this year's been weak.
Yeah, with some of the blockbuster movies have not hit at all.
Name them. Let's shame them.
Dial of Destiny.
Indiana Jones, you shit.
Yes, shit. The Marvel one.
The Marvels, you shit.
Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, you shit, but you're not as bad as... Transformers, which is shit.
The Meg 2.
Meg was harmless.
It was harmless, but that beginning... the last 20 minutes...
He punches a shark.
He punches a shark in the face.
He's a local lad.
He's a local lad. He punches a shark in the face. Yeah. Doesn't save how poor that film still was.
Correct, yeah. And The Flash, of course.
And The Flash. Oh my God. I keep trying to forget about The Flash, but you keep bringing it back.
But we sort of... We're rallying up to the Golden Biscuits Awards.
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of reminiscing about the things we've already seen.
Yeah, so we've sort of gone through our letterboxd and all the films we've watched this year. We've sort of gone, okay, I think we've got a clear list of what might be the best film of the year.
Yeah.
And then we saw this, and it's sort of thrown everything completely off course.
Yeah.
Such is the way of Godzilla, though. He just appears and then...
He just fucks shit up.
Fucks shit up. Can you believe him?
The audacity.
The nerve. and like, you were sat next to me and I was completely engrossed. Mm-hmm. Apart from the time we had to move seats.
We did have to move seats because for some reason, I don't know why it is, but some of the bigger theatres we've been to, people seem to think that they're at home.
Yeah.
They're watching Netflix and they are just having a bit of a chat.
I think it's not that. I think it's because they go to see an IMAX film, which is louder, So they think they can get away with talking at a normal volume.
I don't know, but I just don't appreciate it. If you're going to watch a film, irrespective of if it's IMAX or in a normal cinema,
Shut the fuck up.
Turn your fucking phone off.
Yeah.
Quieten down your Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see that shit flashing every couple of minutes either.
Correct.
And shut the fuck up. It isn't that hard. So many films we have watched this year, people have just been disrespectful.
Yeah. So we took the initiative. It wasn't a busy screen. We moved.
And that was fine.
Problem solved.
Yeah, we just took ourselves away from it because otherwise it means constantly turning around and doing passive aggressive. Shh, can you be quiet, please? Yeah. But yeah, we just moved seats and it was absolutely fine then.
But we moved quite early in the film, which was always handy.
Yeah, because you have to. This is a film that don't go into it expecting that you don't need to concentrate, that this is like a mindless blockbuster. I think that is something that you have to watch and concentrate on because it is subtitled.
Yeah.
If you don't read these subtitles, if you just kind of hate chilling out a little bit, you're going to miss some of the really important parts of the plot and also the characterization.
But yeah, you were saying that Hollywood films are just completely...
I miss it, and I was talking to you because we break down these movies when we're in the car on the way home.
Yeah, we've had a good chat about it in the car, and I feel like when we do talk about it in the car, we go, okay, we'll chat about the film for a bit, and then halfway through the drive, we'll just talk about random things.
Yeah.
Whereas this, all the way home...
all we chat about.
It's all we talk about.
But what's in about, I think, with blockbuster films now...
Yes.
I think Marvel are especially bad for this, is that they're lazy. They think that you just go in to watch a load of fight sequences. Mm-hmm. Or chase sequences. It's all very samey. I don't feel like there's a lot of heart. It always feels very tacked on.
I don't think it is that. I think it is complacency. I think it's them going, okay, well, people have sat with us from Iron Man 1 all the way through the Avengers and stuff, and Endgame's happened. And I think they're going, okay, audience are going to flock to whatever we see anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a bit different because it's a 70 year anniversary.
Yeah.
Godzilla's a big name. Mm-hmm. Again, no pun intended. It never felt cheap.
No. Not at all. This is the kind of movie we deserve.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone has brought their A game to it. Genuinely.
So you did touch upon something in the car that I thought was really important. So the budget for this, how much was it?
Estimated at 15 million.
How do you think that's going to affect other Hollywood movies in the future?
This is a bigger debate. This is a podcast episode by itself. Let's sort of... we're not we don't know the industry that well. Mm-hmm. We can't possibly say we compare shit to Space Jam. We are who we are.
Yes.
But this is our 2 cents. This is my 2 cents anyway, and then you can do yours.
Okay.
I think this is going to send shockwaves through Hollywood. I really do. I think Western audiences have really tacked onto this. I think people are talking about it. We were talking about it earlier today with your family. We were with your family today, and we were just like, "Oh, what are you doing tonight?" And we're going to see Godzilla. And then they watched the trailer, and then we got talking about Godzilla.
And they're like, "Oh my god, that looks great!"
I think we're not the only people in this country or in the West to be doing this. I think this has shook Hollywood to its core, and I think it's too soon after everyone's gone. Oh, we need more money. We need more. The actors' strike and the writers' strike was a very important thing. Yeah. But at the end of the day, actors in Hollywood are overpaid.
Do we need these bloated budgets?
Yeah. I think when I say overpaid, I'm talking about let's name a few, Harrison Ford's, Jennifer Lawrence's. I don't think it's the small actors. I think it is the big names. Yeah. And we've gone, okay, well, we don't want to see Harrison Ford doing that same shit again. Yeah. We don't really care about a prequel for a character who was a side character. Yeah. In the other films. Whereas this has used its budget so well. I think it does shed light on how they make films in over there. Yeah. I think obviously they do things a little differently, and that's its own thing. That's its own other issue. But I think that going forward, people like Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy and people who are in charge of all these industries are going to be worried because they are so keen on pumping money into things.
Yeah.
Where at the end of the day, a good film, like Godzilla -1, comes down to good characters, good story, entertaining. That's it. It doesn't have to be a work of art. As long as you've got a good story and decent characters to root for, you're gold.
Yes, I think it's going to get to such a point that we're already seeing with the likes of Marvel and Disney where the name isn't going to keep selling alone.
Yeah.
You need to start producing the good work. And you can't just be given these really bloated, inflated budgets and just pump it again. Like you said, just chucking money at something. You need to actually get your writers in there. Have good, solid stories. Have good, solid actors. Stop paying the same lazy actors to do the same crap over and over again. And they've got complacent as well. Let them up their game too.
Yeah.
And work better with your effects. Stop going green screen on everything.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not going to lie, this is a 13, estimated 13 mil or whatever. It looks stunning.
Oh my god, this film is something else. The monster design on Godzilla, incredible.
They have gone a little bit Route 1 with it.
Yes.
Which is, they've sort of made it not look like a man in a suit, but it's very of that design.
Yes.
Which I think is a good enough like tip of the cap to those that came before.
Yeah.
I think that is perfect. That's the way to do it. Instead of going just, he's gonna we're gonna put him at my man in a suit because that's how they did it back then. That's not good enough. I think it's reminiscent of that design. I think he looks huge. I think his scale is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I think his scale in the Gareth Edwards one did anyway.
Yeah, that was also good.
And he's heavy. He's a threat.
Yes.
He's dangerous. And he's just sort of always looming.
There's always that impending sense of doom.
Yeah. There were some scenes in this where it sort of went on. It was quite dialogue heavy.
It was, yeah, especially in the beginning.
In the beginning, maybe there's a little bit in the middle when they're talking about their big plan or whatever.
Yeah.
But it never. But you're never like, oh, where's Godzilla? Because I'm bored. You're like, but where's Godzilla?
But where is he? Yeah, why is it taking him so long to come back? Because
yeah.
Oh, we could appear anywhere. Like they keep saying it. We think he's going to be back in 10 days at the latest.
Yeah, and he just rocks up.
Yeah, it's like we don't know where he'll be sighted. And it is, you get that kind of feeling like, oh, it's the same feelings with this I had watching Oppenheimer.
Okay, so it's funny you should bring up the O Man.
Mr. O.
Obviously, there are similarities, but you think there are big differences here.
Yes.
Because
number one, you've got a big lizard in this.
Yeah. We said before that Cillian Murphy could have been the man in the suit if they were going to go that way.
I think it was.
You think? Okay. Do you think it was motion capture?
This is the official sequel, guys, to Oppenheimer.
I haven't seen Oppenheimer. I can't possibly say, but they are connected by
bombs.
Events.
Yeah.
Right? They are. But you said you liked Oppenheimer.
I did, yeah.
But you said people you were with and people generally have said it wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Yeah, quite a lot of people who I've spoken to about it. Again, I'm not talking for everyone. Everyone's going to have their own different opinions. I found with that film, it's very drama heavy, and that's what people are forgetting.
Yes.
It's more of it's a biography of this guy's life.
It's a biopic.
It's a biopic, and that's what I think people went in expecting it to be. Bombs here, bombs there. This is what happened. And like I said, you don't see any of that. All you see is sorry to spoiler alert. You just see the testing.
Yeah.
And it's all the kind of impending doom onto that, knowing exactly what he's done, and then the trials afterwards.
Yeah, and his sort of dealing with it, I guess.
Yeah, dealing with that sort of sort of shame and guilt he probably felt.
Yes.
Because he's been branded as a bit of a hero, and he's like, I'm not a hero. Look what I've just done.
Yeah. Whereas this...
You've got that same element of kind of guilt, shame.
Yeah.
Because again, I think the Japanese people really felt that after the end of World War II.
Yeah. I don't think in this episode, I don't think we're ever going to talk about spoilers, which is usually when we do a podcast, we talk through the film. People have seen it genuinely.
Yeah.
But this one, I would like to actively steer clear of them. Because
please go and see this yourself. Please.
You have to go see it, guys. And if you're going to see it, IMAX the fuck out of it.
Oh, you will not be disappointed. Not only are you getting a film where you've got some great creature effects.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a creature feature in every way, shape and form.
Absolutely.
But you've also got some fucking incredible acting.
And again, a good story. Who knew that a good story and decent acting would be the one that...
Yeah, you've got a really good story. You're really rooting for these characters. Even side characters you're really rooting for.
I feel like every actor in this is like knows... Well, they understand the weight that the name Godzilla has in their...
Yeah.
In a cinema in Japan. I think it's crushing it over there.
It is. And to talk about what came before as well, how did you find the soundtrack?
Oh, okay. So I'm not well versed in Godzilla stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. And that's on me.
Yeah.
My interest has been piqued and I will go back to it. However, I am very aware of the Godzilla theme.
Yes.
And I found it very... Okay, there's a scene where he's attacking a city in Japan.
Yeah.
And they use the original score.
They do, yeah, when he's
Yeah.
when he's descending upon the city. Yeah. Oh my god.
And I was just like, oh shit. And like us watching it, well, me anyway, I was like mouth open. My jaw was on the floor for most
I
of
did
this.
turn to my left and I saw your mouth was completely wide open. You were like, oh!
But then I thought, okay, but maybe that's what it would have been like in the 50s when Godzilla arrived for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, seeing him in all his glory and then that music kicks in.
This is just such a mix of everything working together so well. The soundtrack to this is incredible, but during the action sequences,
Yeah.
it has that ability to make you feel the impending doom and also the, oh my god, this is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It really builds it up as an action sequence. I don't know, it really helped set the pace.
It didn't feel like it... It felt like it was paying homage to the Godzilla films in general. But I also think it took a leaf out of Spielberg's books.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Because, first of all, it felt very Jaws.
You've said this, haven't you?
Yeah, well, yeah. And I think a few reviews I've seen have said this. And I didn't understand it until we see a bit we saw the film. Mm-hmm. Where they are... most of it is sea-bound.
Yes.
Not a problem, which it looks great. It's well done. Some of the CGI doesn't quite work when he's in water.
No, because that's a lot harder to get when you...
Yeah.
Because you've also got to... It's the motion of water.
But it never took me out of it. But it's people on a boat trying to survive against this monster that's out to get them.
Yeah, and just feels like it's very personal. It doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's very territorial.
I don't think it is personal. I think it is, okay, shit, you know, we're in his land. We don't own this land.
Yeah, it's fucking coming for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you will get watching it, not spoilery because people have seen the trailer.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping they've seen the trailer. If you've not, go out and watch the trailer right now. Even though it's a bit cheesy. It's some of it's, I think it's in the way it's been cut, the trailer. But some of the you'll see just from some of the action just how incredible it is.
Did you think the action set pieces went on a bit too long?
No. Correct.
I thought so as well. I thought they were perfect. The perfect amount. I could have seen more.
Yeah.
I'd have liked to have seen more, but it wasn't like the 2017 one where he was in it for a bit and then it cuts.
Yeah.
We got some very fulfilling action.
Yeah, I mean, we do get what you expect to get with a Godzilla film, or you hope to get, which is a city being fucked up.
He's relentless.
He is relentless, but it just looks like he's just on a bit of a mission, and then he just starts going for it, doesn't he?
I think we piss him off, though. I think we as humans piss him off.
Yeah.
Obviously, the American universe of Godzilla, he's an ally to us.
Yeah.
I don't think Godzilla should ever be an ally to us. We shouldn't be working with him. I think he's there to fuck shit up.
Again, territorial.
Yeah. He's an animal.
Yeah.
It's very nature versus... This is what... You bite nature.
Nature bites back.
Nature bites back. What did we say that about recently?
Michael Jackson's Earth Song.
Look what we've done to the world.
Look what we've done.
Rawr.
Just like that.
Fuck it. Yeah, okay. Well, that's the end of this episode.
I'm sorry, was that what
That
you
was
expecting?
good. That was good. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's very... Okay, we've gone meddling and we've made a mistake here.
Yeah. Which is also the same as Oppenheimer.
And also the same as Michael Jackson's Earth Song.
And Barbie. I'm just throwing
You're just throwing shit out now.
You're throwing shit out now.
Okay. The human characters, they are wonderful. All of them.
Yes.
There's quite a few, and I'm not so sure on some of the names. I think a few re-watches I'll pick it up. But wow. I didn't think I was going to be... Well, you go into a Godzilla film, and I think that's on us, because we've been duped before.
You've been duped in what to expect from a blockbuster film. You expect to see something a bit mindless, you can kind of sit back a bit, but you'll have a good time.
And you think, okay, I'm here for the lizard, and human characters have got to fill in the gaps. It ain't that.
No.
If anything, Godzilla's filling in the gaps and ripping them to shreds. But these human characters are phenomenal, and there's some. You said it before, great acting, quality acting. But I think there's weight there that comes with putting it in the setting it is.
Yeah, because it can play off of a lot of how people were feeling at the time.
Yes. For instance, there's a bit in the trailer, so I don't think it's a spoiler, but where Godzilla uses his atomic breath for the first time. He charges it up, and you get the music just swells. Yeah. This is after he's destroyed the city anyway, but now he's going to fuck shit up. And his tail panels just sort of like turn blue, and they charge up. Yeah. And it cuts to the pilot, who we follow in the film, main protagonist, and he goes, "Is this what came before?" He doesn't have to say what came before. We know as an audience what came before. Yeah. So, and then it happens again, basically. Yeah. I think that's such good writing, and it's done tastefully.
I would agree, it's been done tastefully.
Yeah, which I thought that's a fine line.
Yeah, I mean, there is an undercurrent with the film about actually it's people in war. Yes. No matter what it's against. Obviously, again, it's pulling heavily on its after World War II setting. About how actually, you've taken war from against one enemy into another. Yeah. While people are still bringing their feelings from the original war into it. I don't know, I feel like they're trying to right some wrongs a little bit. I feel like some of the soldiers maybe they felt guilt if they were away overseas and what happened to their families back home.
There's some interesting use of the main protagonist is a kamikaze pilot. Yeah. And he obviously returns home, which is not known for kamikaze pilots. No. And everyone sort of makes him feel bad about it.
Because he survived.
Yeah, well, yeah, he lands on an island. This is at the start of the film, so we can talk about it. He lands on an island and he's like, "Oh, I was gonna just sort of like run home, but then there's an attack by Godzilla." Yeah. Who is much smaller at that point.
Yes, he's smaller. He gets bigger throughout the years.
So he always existed.
Well, the locals call him Godzilla, so clearly he's been seen out and about before.
And then our meddling in World War II made him big.
Yeah, that's what it's alluded to.
Yeah.
And again, that's why we get the reasons for other countries, the main one being America, sort of not getting involved with the monster action because it's saying, "Oh, we've got the Soviet and US tensions. Yeah. We don't want to escalate that. Neither do they. So we're on our own." Yeah. And that's like, you're like, "Oh shit, actually, that's it. It all makes sense."
Yeah, and there's nowhere to turn for them. And
no.
You do feel like they are sort of everyone's in shock after the war anyway. Yeah. But they're putting on a brave face and they're cracking on with it as best they can.
Yeah, because what happened in Japan obviously ended the war.
Yeah.
But also no one had ever seen anything like that before. I mean, how that just changed everything.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how they had to rebuild and everything after that. I don't know. It was, and then to watch it all kind of go into shit again with Godzilla. You really feel for these people.
But they all sort of go, okay, well, we've got to sort of take actions into our own hands here, and that's all I'll say about the story. But there's a lot of people's pride at play. Yeah. And
it's a lot of it is about honour. Yeah. And again, I love that. I love what comes across as real people. We're not getting loads of government officials and all that sort of shit.
It's not political.
No, we don't really get much of what the government are doing at that time and what the army are doing. It's all kept almost like what
the everyman's doing.
What the everyman is doing, and I like that.
There are a few sort of like scientists here.
Yeah, I mean, the main cast are in it are, I mean, not in real life, but their characters are ex-military in some respect.
Yeah. This is not playing out to be a very funny podcast episode. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's not funny, but oh my god, it's so good.
It's just so refreshing.
Yeah, I've never had a Godzilla movie that's made me want to cry.
Did you cry?
No, but at the end when we get a kind of a bit of an emotional build-up. Not saying it's thrilling in relation to what that was or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I actually was like, oh my god, oh my god, it was beautiful.
Okay, I'm just going to pause recording just to figure out what moment that was. Oh, yeah. Okay. And we're back. Yeah, that was very good. There was a different moment for me where it was after the slight spoiler.
But it's towards the end of the film.
It's not. No, this is the bit I really.
Oh, okay.
It got me a bit emotional. Is when after the atomic breath and stuff, it's devastated the city.
Yeah.
And there's our protagonist. It's just sort of like doing a. There's just a one-on-one basically. Mm-hmm. So and Godzilla does a big roar because why wouldn't he? You'd expect.
He's like, don't fuck with me, bitches.
But then our protagonist does, and it's just it's a scream of agony, both physical and mental.
Yeah, because he's meant to. He's got a kind of a bit of shell shock sort of thing, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think Godzilla's. Again, he's an animal who doesn't want to be in this situation, and he's a bit Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
Again, we fuck with nature. It tends to fuck back.
Yeah.
But I think that was really beautiful. Those two characters.
You've got him screaming, and then you've got Godzilla screaming.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my god.
Everyone's screaming. We were screaming. The guy behind us was still screaming.
Everyone was screaming.
Everyone was screaming.
And the music, the way it build up. Oh my god.
We can't really talk about it.
We don't want to. That's the problem because you're trying to talk about something, but you don't want to spoil it for people.
There's another film that it did remind me of in its second act. Well, its second half, and that film is Dunkirk.
Yes.
Because again, boats. But I think you've seen Dunkirk.
I have seen Dunkirk.
It felt very Dunkirk.
You did, yeah.
There's a few Christopher Nolan films in this that it's paying homage to a little bit.
And also kind of wartime in general efforts that actually did happen.
Yeah. So,
not in Japan, but
across the world. Yeah, I think it's done beautifully, and it's never looked better. I don't know how big this Godzilla is in terms of other Godzillas.
Yeah, we can't really rank out all these bad boys are.
There's the 2014 Gareth Edwards one, and Gareth Edwards is really good at doing scale. He did it with Death Star. I'm not sure what he did in Creator. Mm-hmm. But in Monsters he did it as well.
Yeah.
And in Godzilla particularly, he made him look big.
Yeah.
And this Godzilla never felt massively big. And he wasn't nimble either. He was still a big sort of
He's a big hulking...
Yeah. He's a thick boy.
Well, he's heavy as well. I mean, that's also a big factor in the film later on.
Yes, very good.
And they act on it. It is going to take him a bit longer to move his feet.
Yeah, but then...
it all makes sense.
But he's sort of like conserving his energy for pissing people off.
That's what he's about. But I think as well, because of its setting, we don't have all these massive skyscrapers that we do in the 2014 version.
Yeah, of course.
So he's matching, again, his surroundings.
You don't want to make him too big, because then how could you ever battle against him?
Yeah, it's got to be, even though he's kind of got to seem be as still winnable.
Yeah.
The heroes still have to have a chance.
I think they, quite early on in the film, something happens where it sort of proves that Godzilla might take a little bit more than turrets and guns and stuff to sort of defeat him.
Which they don't have much of.
And I thought that was still underlying throughout the rest of the film, where their big plan was never to just like blow him up or whatever. It was to do something else, and I thought that was quite original. I did. I loved it. Yeah, it felt a bit Chernobyl-esque. It did feel a bit Chernobyl-esque, actually. Yeah, again, we're going back to don't fuck about with nature. We shouldn't go meddling. Us humans, we're not very good at it. This is an example of where you can take inspiration from other movies and do a good job. Without ripping it off. I mean, we've just watched Wonka. All that did was rip off other films. Yes, it did. Rip off and copy shit, and that was... I know some people have really loved Wonka, but my God, I can't see past that, because I think it's lazy. Whereas...
And it gets me so mad. But I feel like with this, it's like, this is how you can show that love to the original source material,
to the IP,
to the kind of way, to the setting that it's in, to just show respect. I don't know. I love that so much. That's what movies should be. This is what we deserve to get.
The most shocking moment for me personally was when the certificate board came up at the start and it said 12A. This isn't a 12A.
I think it is, personally.
What? How?
Because 12A, you get a lot of like blood and stuff, don't you? You don't really get that with this.
It does feel bloodless, I'll give you that. But because it's so emotionally charged, I think it makes it a bit more harrowing. And therefore,
that won't get you a different certificate, though, will it?
But how? I don't understand.
I think that's the thing, because it feels like it hits harder because you are so invested in these people.
Yeah, from the get-go as well.
Yeah.
Once you figure out who the main players are, and even the secondary characters are pretty interesting.
Yeah. But I was going to say to anyone wanting to watch this, which I hope very much that you do, don't be put off by the fact that it's subtitled.
Yes, we were talking about this as well. So we were talking on the way there about subs not dubs.
Yes.
Which is a thing I'm quite passionate about.
Yes,
It's a bit difficult knowing there's another film coming out later this month as well. The Boy and the Heron.
Yes.
Where people would be inclined to see that celebrity voice cast that we've got from, the West, Christian Bale, Pattinson. That's Pattinson. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Florence Pugh and stuff. And people would go to see that. Whereas I'm very keen on reading.
Yeah.
I think it really makes it more authentic.
You have to, again, it's because it has to keep your attention, because if you're not reading the subtitles, you can't be invested. It doesn't let you switch off, because you're going to be missing out stuff if you're not reading.
Yeah.
And that's probably why it kept my attention so much.
I'm glad we didn't get a dubbed version of this.
I think a dubbed version would have come across as being a bit cheap. I don't think you would have got the emotion the same way.
Do you remember what Bong Joon-ho said about subtitles? No. When he won the Academy Award for Parasite, it was like, once Western audiences get over those two lines of reading, you've got good film.
Yeah.
And I think this is an example of one of them.
Oh, no, I agree.
Do you think this will do well Oscar season?
It's hard. Do films like this ever do really that well? I mean, to be fair, it lends to stuff like Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Which obviously did all right.
I don't, if it was just a regular Godzilla movie, it'd get best visual effects, and that'd be all. Mm-hmm. But I think there's too much going on here for it not to get a few more. I
think this deserves best special effects.
I think it deserves best picture.
But it'll go to something like fucking Oppenheimer.
Okay. Yeah, which is a shame. I think this has took the world by storm, and I don't think it's going to stop. And I'm very interested in to see what Hollywood would do after it. Yeah. Because when we had the trailers for this, we had Godzilla and Kong, and people were sort of laughing about it. And rightfully so, I'm not going to lie.
Well, the guys that were sat next to me actually went, they know we're Godzilla fans, so they've put this in front of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're Godzilla fans, but don't insult me like this. Show me some shit. Right, I'm starting now.
Okay.
Anybody who has seen the end of that fucking trailer, watching Godzilla and King Kong running away from something together, like they're the Avengers. Oh my god. How stupid does that look? Do you remember the Rugrats?
Yeah. Reptar.
Reptar.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Godzilla looks like. He looks like Reptar just running away. It's like, oh my god, it's so silly.
But I don't think it... We're in a world now where we've got like 7 different Batman. We've got God knows how many Spider-Man. I think it's only fair that we get 2 Godzillas.
We get 2 Godzillas.
We've got one doing its best Michael Bay impression, and we've got one who's actually doing it right.
It's like having 2 Jokers. We've got one Jared Leto.
We've got Jared Leto,
and we've got Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, and fucking that Irish guy from the Batman as well.
Yeah.
He's doing it as well. Like, I think audiences aren't stupid, and at the end of the day, money talks. One of them's going to get a sequel. Hopefully, it's this. But the last Godzilla film came out in the pandemic year, and it went straight to streaming. Mm-hmm. Godzilla's a big screen boy.
He's a big screen boy. I would say that's where he deserves to be seen. I mean, I've seen the 2014 Godzilla, Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Oh, you saw King of the Monsters?
I saw King of the Monsters on the big screen, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously this.
Mm-hmm.
And he deserves to be up there. In any format, to be fair, he deserves to be on the big screen.
Correct.
I mean, we'll see the Godzilla and Kong film anyway.
Because we're idiots.
Because we're idiots, and we've got free. We've got unlimited anyway.
Yeah,
so
might as well
use it. Yeah, but
I think if you're a fan of Godzilla, you're gonna get something you're gonna enjoy, no matter which end of the spectrum it lies.
I think if you ignore this and go straight to what I think is going to be a really terrible Kong v Godzilla, you're gonna feel shortchanged.
Where do you think we've gone wrong with our MonsterVerse?
With that, I don't know. I think it just feels really CGI heavy. This didn't.
Yeah.
And again, I think we've just lost out on having characters to really root for.
It's always been the human element that gets it wrong.
Yeah, because I think that this started to work well in the 2014 one. I started to care about this family.
I disagree. I think those characters aren't likeable.
Oh, I thought they were, and I think it's their jobs that are impressive as well, because they're service people.
Yes.
That garners a lot of respect.
And then it goes, but then we got Kong Skull Island, which added a bit more humour, and you cared about a few of those characters, not many, but a few. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was a step in the right direction. Because I wanted to see John C. Reilly okay.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him okay in Chicago.
Yeah,
like,
everyone wants to see him happy.
And then we've sort of lost it with Millie Bobby Brown or whatever she was doing.
Oh, that just felt silly, that one did.
And just silly. Just silly.
Yeah, that's the thing. In that film, if you take out the human element of it and just enjoy Godzilla, Mothra, King Rodan, they're the best part of that film.
Yeah.
I actually want to see more of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which goes against everything I've just said in this. I would watch them for half an hour fight each other.
Yeah.
As a short, than watch than have any of the crap with the other actors in it. Now, if you could put in a good story with people we actually care about, in with that, it would have maybe been better.
Do you think this is really the director of Godzilla and Kong has watched this and gone, oh shit?
I hope so. Because again, I'm insulted by that trailer I've just seen.
Well, Gareth Edwards, I like Gareth Edwards. I think he's a really talented director. But he watched Godzilla -1. He directed the 2014 one. When he attended a screening of the film, he described a feeling of jealousy while watching the film, stating, "This is what a Godzilla movie should be like."
I think he's being a bit hard on himself, because I feel like he made a good Godzilla movie.
He should be proud of his work, because that's a good film, and it felt like it was done for the right reasons. Yeah,
I feel like he did a good job. There's nothing wrong with someone else improving on that and making something better.
Yes. I don't know what else we could say about -1 that wouldn't go into spoilers, but it's a ride.
It's such a good film. You don't feel like you're there for a long time either. Is it a long film?
I want to say it was 2 hours.
I didn't feel like it was
9 o'clock. We came out at 11.
Long.
It's 2 hours, yeah.
I didn't feel like I was there for ages.
If it did feel like some of the dialogue heavy scenes were going on quite a bit, but they were necessary.
You need them, yeah.
You couldn't have cut any of those scenes.
Whereas Wonka's time in my life I'm never going to get back.
Well, yes. Wonka's not better than Space Jam.
Oh, it's not, no.
But I'm glad we've seen this. Annoyingly, this isn't going to be the last film we see this year in the cinema. Thank you, Aquaman. We can wait till next year.
Yeah, if you're going to treat yourself to an action movie between now and New Year, please let it be this.
I would like people to see this, genuinely, because I think it's a very important film. I think it's not because of what it's about or whatever. I think it's because this film is going to change how films are made in America now.
Yeah, so this is the amount of fabulousness you can make with a budget like this. Mm-hmm. You can have a film with heart, with a great soundtrack, with great visual effects.
Yeah.
That just gets everything right.
It feels like that line from Iron Man, where it's like, Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. That's Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
Like, they've done a Godzilla film for 13 mil. It cost 13 million for the catering on this one. Shake it up.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it should.
Absolutely. Is it better than Space Jam?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It is, yeah. Is it the best film of the year? Before we go into our golden biscuits. thing.
It's hard because I have a lot of love for Oppenheimer.
You have a lot of love for Barbie as well, though.
I do. These are all. I've seen Barbie 3 times this year.
And Asteroid City, you like?
Asteroid City, I adore. I love that film.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to see this again.
Okay. Do you think we'll IMAX it again?
I don't know.
No, I don't think.
Probably not. No. We've seen it in IMAX now. I think we'll just probably keep watching it on the big screen. I think.
I can't wait to get this on DVD.
Oh, I know you'd be like,
Where's my steelbook?
Where's my steelbook of this? Yeah, so I think we'll watch this again, just to keep it. And I feel like I need to watch Oppenheimer again because again, this is an official sequel to Oppenheimer.
This is an official sequel.
Yeah.
This is what happened next.
This is what happened next. Once you finish Barbenheimer, pick this up.
Shout out to you as well, because for moments in this film you were like, "Don't look," and I was like, "No, I wasn't," but thank you.
I knew I needed to help you.
You really
out.
looked out for me, yeah.
I did, yeah. That's my job.
You were like, "Don't look at this," and I was like, "Okay, I've seen most of it."
But I'm quite concerned though that the films so far this year that I think are the best are films surrounding the Barbenheimer.
Oh, okay.
That was what a great cinematic event that was.
Was this better than Barbenheimer?
Nothing will ever be better than Barbenheimer.
What if this was instead of? What can you imagine if they released Godzilla -1 the same time Oppenheimer came out?
I'd do it. It's a struggle, wouldn't it?
No, I disagree.
You don't think it would?
No, I disagree completely.
You think people should double feature Oppenheimer and then this?
No, I think they should double feature Barbie and then this.
Barbie and then this.
Yes, absolutely.
Actually, people, let's create our own. But double feature Wonka and then this.
Don't watch Wonka.
Be disappointed and then get this.
Maybe that's why we like this so much. Is because we've seen so much shit this year and we've gone, oh, okay. Well,
oh my god, this is such a breath of fresh air. Yeah.
Films are good still.
This is a breath of heat ray air.
Yeah, better than Space Jam. It is absolutely.
Yeah, please go and see this, guys.
Godzilla.
Please.
I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I was worried. I knew I was gonna like it, but I was worried you were gonna be like, oh, okay, big lizard. So what? But you've.
What? Big sexy lizard? I was never not going to enjoy this.
I forgot the word sexy. I do apologise. But I'm really glad you enjoyed this.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, maybe. But I hope you enjoy this, fellow listener. You, right there.
Stop what you're doing.
You, go see -1. It's really good. As soon as it finished and I turned my phone back on, we are the people to turn our phones off. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just as a quick reminder, so before we head on out, turn your phones off.
Turn your watches off.
Your mouth off. Turn it all off.
Everything shut up.
Give movies the respect they deserve.
Maybe go to the... Okay, I think I know where Pea Time is in the trailers. I think it's just after the trailers because we get 2 more where it's like, oh, get a Pepsi or something. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's Pea Time.
Pea Time for you.
If you want snacks, you should have got them already.
Yeah, unless Pea Time for James is if you get an Oppenheimer trailer. Oh. Can't watch this.
I'm off. See you later. Thank you for that. But,
you're very welcome.
Yeah, you're cool. But yeah, better than Space Jam. Thank you for listening. I know it's not very Christmassy, but God, it's a big sexy lizard.
Nothing says Christmas like a big sexy lizard.
Maybe it was set at Christmas. I don't know when the end.
Santa Christmas.
Wait, I think maybe it was set at Christmas.
No, it wasn't.
Was there a scene where he had a big Santa hat on?
Yes.
Was he bringing gifts?
The gift of no. The gift of destruction. No one wants that.
Why not?
Well, what you want for Christmas is very different to what I'm looking for.
I want a big sexy lizard for Christmas.
Well, funny you should say that.
What?
It's under the tree right now.
Rawr. There he is. Thanks for listening, guys. See what's next. Grinch.
The Grinch is next, yes. So we're back into Christmas viewing.
Big sexy Grinch.
Big sexy Grinch. What is it with all these sexy...
Oh, it's sexy at Christmas.
Sexy holiday
Christmas
creatures.
is sexy.
Okay.
Santa.
Oh my god.
Rudolph.
Oh my god, okay. I'm going to leave now.
I've ruined it for everyone. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon.
Bye.